Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Sayyid Raza Mohiuddin, member of the visiting faculty Time Institute Multan for MPH classes. And today is the 10th lecture of Health System Analysis, Health Policy and Planning. So today we will discuss a very important topic of Millennium Development Goals. So, as you all know, the new millennium, 20th century, started 2000. And as you know, everybody planned what to do with the next century at that time. The health authorities and the UNO also made a plan. In the late 90s, there was a threat of great poverty and hunger in different areas of Africa and certain other underdeveloped countries. So there was a Millennium Summit which was held from September 6 to 8 September 2000. And this was the largest gathering of the world leaders. This gathering consisted of 189 member countries of UNO, and there were representation of 23 international organizations. These organizations were the health organizations and the social action organizations. So a series of 8 goals were addressed to assign at the end of 2015 in this Millennium Summit. 8 goals up till 2015. So this was called the roadmap towards the implementation. And these complete list of Millennium Development Goals, targets, and indicators, they first appear in September 2001 in a UN document. This was called Roadmap towards the Implementation of the United Nations Millennium Declaration. So this United Nations Millennium Declaration had been approved in September 2000 in the summit I already told you, and was declared and published in 2001, and there were the goals which were to be followed up to an idea in the section on development and poverty eradication. So there was a long book, but these goals were in the chapter of development and poverty eradication. And in this document, in this chapter, there are 8 assigned goals, 18 targets, and 60 indicators. While telling you health indicators, when I told you the classification of indicators, I told you the social indicators, environmental indicators, mortality indicators, I also told you Millennium Development Goal indicators. These are that 60 indicators which are to be addressed, which were to be addressed in the up to 2015 and thereon. So what were 8 Millennium Goals given by the UN Summit? The first one was eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. The second goal was achieve universal primary education. The third one was promote gender equality and empower women. And the fourth one was reduce child mortality. The fifth one was improve maternal health. All these, goals are interrelated. And the sixth one was combat HIV, AIDS, malaria, and other diseases. The seventh one was ensure environmental sustainability. And the eighth one was the last goal was develop a global partnership for development. And you see all these goals, all the countries, they tried to, reach at the, these to combat with these eight millennium goals. How they are successful, we will just see. And now we discuss in brief the each goal. The eradication of extreme poverty and hunger was the first goal, and its targets were reduced by half the number of peoples living less than $1 per day. The person whose income who is living less than $1 per day, $1 of that time, 2000 per day was considered as extreme poor. So the concept was to reduce the number of poor persons living less than $1 a day in 2000 were to reduce the number to half. And then there was the creation of decent work for all. Because if the people they want do a decent work, they won't be able to learn. So the necessity was to create a decent work for all. So one has to develop the work postings. And the third target was reduce by half number of people suffer from hunger. So the people who were used to, who was just living on the mercy of the others, this document was supposed to, give the target to reduce the number to half. That was to end poverty up to 2050. All these targets were for 2015. Then the second target to achieve universal primary education, and for this the target was to ensure that by 2015 children everywhere, boys and girls alike, will be able to complete a full course of primary schooling. It's as clear as the bird see. And the third target was to promote gender equality and empower women. And still, in Pakistan, the Department of Gender Equality and Empower Women, a lot of NGOs are working. They were working this start, and of course, some results have been achieved also. And the target was to eliminate gender disparity in primary and secondary education, preferably by 2005, and in all levels of education no later than 2015. Then the fourth goal was reduce child mortality. Before this, in the 90s and 80s, the child mortality rate was very high due to the complications of delivery, the bad nursing conditions, and then is due to non-availability of good nutrition and food to the children. So its target was reduced by 2/3 between 1990 and 2015 the under 5 mortality rate. The mortality rate of children under 5, which was at 1990, to reduce it to half up to 2015. Then there was to improve maternal health. Both these are interrelated, fourth and fifth. And its target was reduced by 3/4 between 1999 and 2015, the maternal mortality ratio. Lot of women they just die due to maternal complications during pregnancy or during childbirth, and the target was to reduce it to the three quarters, not half. Now there was to combat, the sixth goal was to combat HIV, AIDS, malaria, and other diseases. So you have seen that only the malaria used to kill 3,000 children every day. And there were other also killing diseases as well. So this is the target which have been achieved and have halted by 2015 and begun to reverse the spread of HIV AIDS. So have halted by 2015 this malaria and other diseases and begun to reverse the incidence of malaria and other major diseases. So it's a good news that the sixth target have been achieved well. Then the seventh one was to ensure environmental stability. Just you have seen the campaign 2 days back by the present government of clean and green Pakistan and implantation of trees, and you have listened all the story. It is the same one that integrate the principles of sustainable development into country policies and programs and reverse the loss of environmental resources. So up to half by 2015, make the half of the effort the proportion of people without sustainable access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation. In the start of the millennium, the persons who for which safe drinking water and basic sanitation was not available up to 2015, their number must be reduced to half. And then they have achieved by 2020 a significant improvement in the lives of at least 100 million slum developers. In Pakistan there are a lot of slum areas. So there must be, all the slum areas must be having the basic life facilities and sanitation and environmental facilities. Now the news of this week, the last week, is that the cities are being flooded due to not having the good sanitation facilities. And then of course the drinking water, the safe drinking water is not available even in the big cities, not to talk in the villages. Then is the eighth goal was to develop a global partner for development. Now we see what the Pakistan has done on the Millennium Development Goals. There were to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. There were two targets and three indicators. For achieve universal primary education for Pakistan, there was one target and three indicators. For to promotion of gender equality and women empowerment, there was one target and four indicators. For to reduce child mortality, one target and six indicators relating to that. And then improving maternal health, one target and five indicators. Combating HIV, AIDS, malaria and other diseases, there were two targets and five indicators. And for ensuring environmental stability, three targets and eight indicators. And to develop a global partnership for development, there were five targets and seven indicators. So for Pakistan, there were 16 targets and 37 indicators. So in the nutshell, if we say, going into detail, we say only two targets were achieved. In Pakistan, these were MDG 6, that's to combat HIV, AIDS, and malaria and tuberculosis. And then MDG 7, ensure environmental sustainability. So we achieved, Pakistan, these targets were achieved. And for the last, goal, that is to develop global partnership for development, this no data is available on UNDP website. So no criticism can be done on it. Then what are the reasons of underachievement? There are few internal reasons and there are few external reasons. The internal reasons are low growth and investment. Word indicates you have not spent the money on that, you have not allocated the budget on that. Then is the underemployment. The state was not able to provide employment to most of the people. As you see, in the target was to give good job to the all of the people to reduce the poverty. So we were unable to give employment. Like the present government who promised to give 1 crore jobs to the people, they have more than 1 crore have lost their jobs. So that now the target has been increased. The people who have become unemployed have to give the job, plus those to whom the jobs were to be given. And then there was the governance issue, in Pakistan, from the just birth of this country, the governance issues are there. The people who are on the top, they don't bother to work for the people. Mostly they work in their own interest. And then there was unequal public expenditure and its quality. I am a person. I am the governing something, some province or a country, and I will take interest of my region only. If a person from Multan, he becomes the emperor, he just takes the interest of Multan. And as you see, there is a inequality in spending, in allocation of budgets and allocation of resources. And then the quality and the transparency, discrepancies are also there. So that resulted into underachievements. Then there were external factors. These are natural and man-made disasters. You are going well, now this corona comes, so this has increased uh, the miseries. Like then there are global recession. The recession is going, everywhere in the globally. So we are also part of it. And there are food price hikes. So that leading to, when there are the wages are not increased, but the living prices are increased. So the people goes more toward poverty side. Then building the global partnership is to develop a transparent, principled, predictable, non-discriminatory process of lending money. This is very important internationally and internally. Then needs and issues of least developed countries should be a top priority. While lending money by IMF and World Bank and all these institutions, one has to see to whom this lending may be done. It must be to the least developed countries first, not the country to which you have the some political or other similarity or grouping. So it is to deal effectively with the debt problem of developing countries. The same thing. And in cooperation with pharmaceutical companies, affordable drugs should be provided to developing countries. In the developing countries where, in the poor countries where the drug use is more due to infections and communicable diseases, the rate of medicines and the drugs must be lesser than the developed countries so that the poor persons must also, can get the benefit of that. This is again to reduce the, you know, diseases, impact of diseases. Then what are the recommendations? You know, who decide on MDGs, Millennium Development Goals? It is the United Nations, World Bank, IMF, OECD. Then, when you make plans into action, what you are going to do? You involve local communities, you must involve private sector organizations, you must involve elected politicians and government officials, the civil society organizations, and employees in the UN family organizations. And what should be done first? It must be localization. To accelerate the process towards the Millennium Development Goals, it is necessary to localize the Millennium Development Goals. These are to translate the national goals into that goals which are relevant, applicable and attainable at local level. So different communities, different countries have, different problems. So one has to adjust these goals as per their demand and need and position. So MDGs need to be meaningful for people living in these communities so they have ownership of their development. When the targets will be localized and according to the needs and wants of the local people, the, there will be the people will feel more power, empowerment towards that, and hence the programs can be acceptable and complete, and of course they can be successful. And the plans can hold their governments accountable and are involved in local action to achieve these goals. Then, for this there must be a pyramid, local bodies, regional, sub-regional, state, and then there are the MDGs. And then is an important topic: how can the United Nations be assured that we are following the MDGs? Definitely, the aid or whatsoever it is, the assistance coming from UN is that when we'll prove that, when we will assure that we are following the MDGs. So how can we do it? So UNDP works as partner to support governments through 4 steps of preparing an MDG based national development strategy. First is the launching an inclusive planning process, reviewing existing strategies and defining the baseline, and then conducting a detailed long-term assessment to estimate the infrastructure, human resources, and financial requirements required to achieve the MDGs. So we have to develop a short to medium term national strategy drawing upon the Millennium Development Goals needs assessment. And now for ourselves, how will we know that our plans are working or not? So the UN Development Group will act as a scorekeeper and campaign manager for MDGs. So it will produce special reports on global progress every year and comprehensive reports every 5 years. So these reports will remind the world when things are working and will point to areas which need to be improved. So areas which have been, included, and those which are deficient will be pointed out in the report. And then is the task to spread awareness within the system and across the world, and to make the Millennium Development Goals an essential part of the UN system work. And this was all about Millennium Development Goals. Thank you very much.